This is still sticky to the touch because it's not fully cured yet.
No, so what happens is this sort of grows in an environment with a lot of sugar, and you have to wash it really well. Now, I didn't wash this one, I didn't have a lot of time, so I just put it on the drying board, and then when it was almost dry, I washed it, but then there's still a lot of sugar in it. So the better you wash it, the less sticky it becomes. Except when it gets wet, then it sort of gets the tendency to make it sticky again, which is why I think there's no jackets you can buy in stores yet that are made of this material.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because if you were wearing like a running
but like
shirt,
I say, like for instance, for lampshades or stuff like that, it would be quite quite a handy product.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's not for outdoor use yet.
No, but people are. It's in the hands of hobbyists at the moment, so people are just doing stuff with it.
No, just experimenting with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you say it's still basically the stickiness is still sugar. Does it like attract flies and stuff in the summer or?
No. The liquid that you grow it in attracts a lot of fruit flies. So
all right.
yeah, so if you grow it, you really have to you have to close it off, but there still has to be some air moving around. So you use just like kitchen paper that you firmly drape over it. But for the rest, this doesn't really. If you wash it properly, it doesn't really attract flies.
No. Okay, excellent. And.
Well,
you
this
have
is maybe
something else.
Well.
Yeah.
This is a slime mold. It's a new workshop that we're gonna give, so people can do
slime mold.
Yeah, molds. Yeah, mold is like the same that you can find on in your fridge sometimes.
Sure. Well, preferably not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've had enough encounters, fridge encounters with molds.
So, what is this exactly?
So this is at the moment the largest unicellular organism that's known, and it sort of displays intelligence. Now this is just one big cell, but it makes certain choices that make it appear that it has some sort of intelligence. It can always find the shortest routes to combine multiple food sources. It sort of has an external memory so that it knows where it has already grown. There's a sort of pumping mechanism within the mold that makes it pump around nutrients in such a way that it doesn't start dying at one point. And this is an excellent pet actually. So you can really you can easily work with it and do little experiments with it. For example, a lot of people who work with this, they build little mazes on the culturing media, and it always finds the shortest route in mazes. You can take care of it. You can give it food. It eats oatmeal. So our workshop is a slime mold pet workshop where people will take home some of the slime mold. You can find it.
Okay,
in the
so
forest.
you can grow your slime mold. This naturally occurs in the forest.
Yeah, it's on dead and rot wood and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah.
But is always this bright yellow?
No, that's because it's very healthy.
All right. Okay.
It has everything it needs. It grows in the dark. The temperature is right. It has enough food. When it changes color, usually it means that something is wrong.
Okay, but this is like what I'm looking at here is a single cell organism.
Yeah. So everything you see is just one gigantic cell.
That's great.
And it grows around. I think it's around a centimeter per hour. So if you Google or YouTube slime mold, you will see a lot of time-lapse videos. You can see that it really pulsates when it's growing, and it creeps everywhere. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Blob, but you can compare it. It's sort of this kind of a...
Okay, quite interesting. And does it have any other applications apart from being like probably one of the weirdest pets you can have?
Yeah, well, so there's a lot of research being done on the intelligence part of this organism because, well, they're looking into, for example, could we teach computers to better make choices based on how this one makes choices purely to survive.
Right.
The phenomenon is called emergence. It's a sort of set of choices that are made that make it appear as if there's intelligence. You can compare it to like a flock of birds. You see that they take all sort of shapes in the air, but it's basically just birds who don't want to be on the outside that come to the inside, and sort of that's how everything is shaped, and it's a bit the same for this. So it just grows in certain. It makes certain choices that make it very interesting to learn more from.
All right.
And it's an excellent pet.
Okay, cool. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
And so you're going to start giving workshops on how to grow these.
Yeah.
And what else? So we have these. We have the
biomaterials.
The biomaterials.
Yeah, so the bioleather and the mushroom materials.
Yeah.
Those are workshops we have as well. In the future, we're planning more workshops on biomaterials, so bioplastics. We're also I'm a bit of a hobby aquaponics guy, so I've been looking into developing an easy way to teach people, to give people all the things they need to build a small scale aquaponics.
How small scale are you going?
Like a fish tank of 5 to 10 liters or something. Just some vegetables.
I'm basically designing one as well with together with people from an urban farm in Amsterdam.
Cool.
But the thing is, I want to build it completely out of hemp plastics, actually.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
So you can actually just download the 3D printing files.
Yeah.
And either print it yourself or have it printed close by, like.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So for the rest, a lot of what happens here just gets decided by the community of people. Well, what they want to work on, maybe they sell.
So you're not an institution. You're more like an organic community.
Yeah, we're definitely a community. So also when we started the lab, we didn't want it. We deliberately chose not to like go to universities or companies to install the lab there. We really wanted to be independent so that we can let people decide what we're spending our budget on which experiments they want to do. Sometimes sometimes you see something on YouTube, an experiment that you want to perform, and then people just ask, can I do this here? And if we don't have the stuff, then we will. We just want people to be busy with science, discovering and tinkering. Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Excellent. So basically, you're membership based.
Yeah. So people pay a membership fee here, and then they can just come in and use our stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And how many days a week are you open?
So the cool thing is we have open labs this Saturday during the day and Thursday evening, but we work here as well. So when we answer emails and stuff like that, we usually just sit here. So in principle, you can enter the lab whenever someone is here, and we are here a lot. So with a membership, you can just
apart from Thursday evening and Saturdays, you can just
you can just ask us,
send a mail or contact
somebody
you
be in the lab on Tuesday at 2.
Make appointments.
Yeah, and we work here a lot, so a lot of the times there's just someone here. Our lab is now in a school, so this is a secondary school. We're renting one of their classrooms, and we can sort of do what we want with it. Also science teachers here, they can use the lab, they can use our equipment. Students, they can do experiments here either for their schoolwork or just if they're interested in doing microbiology or biology.
All right, so you're basically getting the school that's renting the place to you. You're also getting them involved in ecology and your experiments. That's
exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's excellent.
Yeah, and we have another organization that develops activities for schools so that teachers can sort of do new, more up-to-date science experiments and other stuff. For example, we have a workshop on fake news that people can book. And so we give seminars here to teachers. We teach them how can I do a workshop fake news in my classroom. But they can also book us and come with their class here to do
And so these workshops, you're also teaching to teachers how to do them in school and
stuff. So the biomaterials, for example,
mighty interesting.
That's a seminar we give teachers so that they can do. We really want as many people as possible doing the stuff that we're doing, because it's easy, it's cool, it's very versatile. You can do a lot with it, and it's sort of still in the periphery or in the underground. So we want it to hit the mainstream, but not hit the mainstream to a shop where you can buy an expensive lab.
Exactly.
We want people to do it themselves.
Hit mainstream DIY, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. No, I have the same with aquaponics. You know, I mean, my mate in Amsterdam, they got like pretty big aquaponics systems, you know, and I was talking to him as well. Like, you know, it's basically it's the moment you can get, you know, if you can get an 8-year-old, to instead of getting a fish tank, get a fish tank including an aquaponics system, and they can just, you know, they grow their own herbs and their own mini veg and everything there, and they can just grow it, take it out of there, and put it on their plate. It's a whole new world, you know. It's a total game changer, you know. It's.
I think if children grow their own vegetables like that, they'll probably eat vegetables.
Yeah, definitely, you know.
Yeah, that's sort of the approach that we want to take as well. Yeah.
But then again, you know, like I said, I want to do them out of bioplastics, because, you know, most of the stuff you see on YouTube, they go for aquaponics and we're going self-sustainable, and the first thing they do is go and buy PVC and plastic buckets and this, and I'm like, you know, it's such a contradiction, you know.
That's true. On the other hand, it's sort of a compromise that you make. It's already for a lot of people a very sustainable step that they've taken, and
it's a step in the right direction. I'm sort of like if you can,
you sort of recuperate the plastic that you bought in terms of pollution wise, because you're
yeah, of course, you get a lot less pollution through transport of food and individual wrapping and stuff.
So for the point where we're at now, I think with our society, if people are already willing to take that step to make food more sustainable for themselves, then that's already a step in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we can build from there to do it even more sustainable.
Yeah.
It's the same, actually, it's the same argument that I always bring it up when I give workshops. So when people make this biomaterial, it's also, you can see it's a lot of plastic.
Yeah, you're using plastic as well.
Yeah, we just want...
Yeah, but it's an in-between step.
Yeah, we just want...
No, I totally acknowledge that. It's not a problem. It's just like, I like to be pushing for the next step, you know?
That's that, and we need those people as well. Yeah. But to make the entry as easy and as cheap as possible.
Yeah, of course.
We sort of like to think that we're...
So, how many workshops do you give per month?
Well, we give every workshop at least once a month here, and then a lot of the times we get questions from organizations to do it somewhere else as well. Tomorrow I'm giving the workshop in Bruges, for example.
All right.
Both the mushroom materials and the biological leather.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. So, quick recap. Membership. How many members do you have right now?
I think, well, because we didn't have a space for half a year, we sort of have to get everyone back together. But the organizations that are here, I think the community is around 40-50 people who either come to the lab just to see like that, or who are just on the Facebook group, but everybody together. We also have a biofabrication forum. It's a Google group where everyone who's ever done the workshop and is still experimenting is asking questions, sharing their experiences. So all those people combined, it's a really... It's getting decent.
And membership fees, what are we looking at?
So it's 35 euros for 3 months, or 120 euros for a year.
120 per year.
Yeah. And then you can use the lab when it's open lab moments, and when we're here, and we sort of can check with you.
And that's including materials, or?
Yeah, we're still sort of looking into that, because we have a lot of materials that we got donated when the lab started that we're still using. So we're now looking into sort of procedure where when we run out of something, we check with all the people who used it, and then they all chip in to buy something.
All right.
It sort of depends on what it is, on how expensive it is.
Okay.
So that's it, and then well, we have a lot of people that you can always ask questions to. You can always walk into the lab and ask questions without needing a membership fee. We won't stop you at the door and ask your card or anything. But if you're really looking into doing experiments and trying things, then it's better to have a membership.
Okay, cool. This mighty interesting.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Okay.
Thanks
a lot.